Deciphering the past, router browsing history.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to answer a frequently asked question. How far back can I view the browsing history on my router? We'll break this down, explore what you need to know about routers and browsing history, and finally answer the main question.
What is router browsing history?
To start with, we need to understand what we mean by the browsing history on a router. A router doesn't exactly store your browsing history in the way your web browser does. Instead, a router can log internet activity, showing which devices connected to it access the internet, at what times, and sometimes the IP addresses of the websites visited. Remember, the information your router collects is limited and different from a detailed browsing history that shows specific pages visited.
Do all routers keep history?
Not all routers have the feature to maintain such logs. It largely depends on the router's model, brand, and firmware. Some high-end routers designed for businesses or advanced home use provide more detailed logs and additional features for monitoring internet activity. Note: the capability to log activity doesn't necessarily mean your router is set up to do so. You typically need to activate this feature in your router settings.
How far back can I view the history?
Now, coming to the crux of the question, the retention of browsing history on your router varies greatly, depending on the model and settings. Most standard routers do not have a large internal memory, so they can only store a limited amount of data. If your router does log browsing activity, it's often only for a few hours or days at most. Some routers with advanced features may store logs for weeks, but this is less common. The exact duration will depend on the model of the router, the amount of internet activity, and the settings you have configured. To conclude, routers don't keep a detailed browsing history like your web browser. If your router does log internet activity, it's generally for a short period, typically a few hours or days. Always refer to your router's manual or manufacturer for specific capabilities and settings. We hope this video clarifies your doubts about router browsing history. Until next time, happy browsing and stay safe online.